Hello, my fellow designers, and those of you who are simply curious to find out a little more about the design process, particularly the brand identity design process. I'm Alex from Alex Petkovich Creates, and today I'm going to show you my way of going about a branding project and showcasing things from research to mood boards, inspiration, and a bunch of other fun stuff that I can't wait to show you. So stay tuned, bear with me. It is my very first YouTube video. So without further ado, let's get to it. The brand I designed for is called Laneway. They organise live music events within the beachy town of Dromana in the state of Victoria, Australia, my home. Laneway is a byproduct of an existing and thriving restaurant/cafe called Laneway Espresso, which has been in business since about 2015. So a bit about the project, also purpose. Laneway's purpose is to bring people together in an open, family-friendly, vibrant space to showcase local talented musicians. And they believe that music, like food, is a conduit for bringing people together. Their values are connection, community, kindness, and integrity, which showed in the way they treated their staff and those who came to enjoy the food and drinks at Laneway Espresso. I started my research and analysis by brainstorming in a quick and easy collage manner. I did this before any design commenced. I don't have a set way of doing things, but I find that this hands-on pen-to-paper approach helps me generate ideas quickly and freely. Most of the time, I'm bouncing between the two, digital and physical. So in these brainstorm sessions, I like to put as much information about the brand/business down on paper. So highlight specific attributes ranging from environmental, so location, architecture, community, anything like that, to history, targets, any existing branding, keywords, social media, and much, much more. Being a popular beachfront establishment, catering to families and diverse age/cultural groups, the keywords which came up for me were fluidity, connection, playfulness, and celebration. These keywords were the foundation for the design of the logos for Laneway. I just want to give a quick shout out to Jim from Laneway Espresso. Awesome guy. Thanks heaps for having us. Thank you for your hospitality, mate, and I'm glad you appreciated my designs. If you're from Melbourne, go and visit Laneway Espresso in Dromana. I'll leave a link to their I'll leave a link to their website and Instagram in the description below. Now, let's jump into Adobe Illustrator and start creating. Mood boards assist us in visualizing our research and the direction we see the brand going. They're a wonderful source of inspiration and help kick off the ideas prior to starting a design. Their purpose is to provide both designer and client with a clear direction of where the brand is going. I wanted to highlight the existing branding. The original designer is unknown, but shout out to them for the cool existing logo for Laneway Espresso, which you can see in the center of the mood board. I did not redesign the original logo. I am simply creating an additional one that ties to the existing. I added some typography that captures the retro nature of the existing restaurant, which had a lot of vintage antiques scattered all over the place. A little tip when analyzing an existing business, be sure to note down the characteristics of that environment because there's already a story and history there that can assist you in your design. The rest show the existing restaurant's vibe, its beachfront location, some pattern work inspired by water and sand, and lastly, their desire to host live music events. Once the mood board was completed, I began sourcing my typography. That will be the foundation of the Laneway logo. The font I'm using as the base is called Chi. It's somewhere written there, which you can find at Adobe Fonts. The link will be in the description below. Here is a quick preview of the conceptual design process. I enjoy hand sketching a logo prior to digitally enhancing it in Adobe Illustrator. This is just my way. That it doesn't mean it's right, but it's my way, and I enjoy mixing the two as I mentioned earlier. Bit of digital, bit of physical, getting the pencil and eraser out. Yeah, just frees things up a little bit sometimes, I think. Once the hand sketch is complete, I scan it in, Now the fun begins. I overlay the selected typeface with my sketched logo and align them accordingly. I then use the pen curvature tool to outline the letters following my sketch. This is where the customization of the logo comes to life. A few extra tweaks and changes later, I select both the foundation typeface and custom design. Head over to Pathfinder, select Unite, and boom, logo is ready. But is it? A few extra tweaks and smoothing out are required prior to moving forward. The process remains the same. I use the curvature tool to transform certain areas until I reach the desired aesthetic. The new color palette was inspired by the yellow from the existing Laneway Espresso color palette. Well, that was a lot of color palettes there. As you can see, I've created a more vibrant set of colors with some primary, some secondary, backdrop tones, and highlights, which can be used in a variety of different ways. The yellow symbolizes the sun. So being that it's close to the beach, you're seeing where this is all coming from and how it's all tying in. Yeah. So the yellow symbolizes the sun as well as the existing branding. Blues symbolize water and sky. The magenta adds pop and energy, symbolizing our keywords, fun, play, and celebration. While the creamier color represents the sands of Dromana and calmness. The logo mark was probably the most satisfying one to design. I don't know, I just liked it. I saw the W in the primary logo and it kind of looked like a person throwing their hands up in the air in celebration. And being that this place will host live music, I thought, oh my God, this is tying in beautifully. So I drew 2 lines coming out from either side. I tried using the zigzag tool to create the wave pattern, but that wasn't really working for me, so I ended up just freehand drawing it, sorry. And that started to turn out quite lovely. I wanted it to be symmetrical, so I drew a circle, halved it in the middle, and then mirrored the other side, so then it's a symmetrical logo. I don't know why I said logo. Oh. And now the secondary logo was the final one I did. I kind of went primary, then logo mark, because I was super inspired by the whole hands in the air thing and celebration from coming from the W. So yeah, all I did was separate lane and wave from the primary logo, put wave beneath, as you can see. And here we have the 3 logos. We've got the primary, secondary, and logo mark. I think they've turned out quite well, personally speaking, not to toot my own horn, as the saying goes. Yeah, I'm really happy with how they're reading. I think they're reading as one. But I think the W, again, ties it all in nicely and yeah, it gives it this really fun feel. So the inspiration, again, came from a little bit from the mood board, I'd say, with the pattern. It was like this yellow sort of fluid pattern, which I really liked. I wanted to, again, keep it fluid, keep it playful and fun. Musical notes. For those that are into music and know theory, they'll see a few music notes. We've got a bass clef, a treble clef, mixing music, coffee beans as well. Oh man, I wanted to add some of that in to, again, tie into the cafe and the restaurant where Laneway events are hosted. So that obviously was important to include. You create these brand elements, whether it be a pattern or icons that the client can use, whether they use it on social media, wherever they may put it. I think this pattern, I could see it on a coffee bag or like merchandise, like a tote bag printed all over. I don't know. I'm seeing it and it's just exciting. So as I'm creating, I'm just picturing this pattern all over the place even on like wrapping paper for the toasties that the original restaurant has. Oh man. Guess what? You have made it to the end of video. I appreciate you so much for just standing by, whatever the words. Anyway, thanks heaps. I know it's a lot of talking, a lot to digest, but I hope you got something out of it. Again, thank you for your time. And to conclude, here is a little presentation of the final designs in action. Stay tuned for more videos like this. Can't wait to bring you more, and let me know what you'd like to see in the future in the comments section, and stay tuned for more.